co-owner of A&J Bakery in Cranston. They are a dedicated nut and gluten-free facility. Amy, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Molly.
Welcome back. You were here with us last year as we were getting ready to celebrate St. Joseph's Day, and guess what? You're joining us again, getting ready to celebrate St. Joseph's Day, bringing us some Zapelas. My question is, do you pronounce it Zapelas or Zeppelas?
I say Zapela, but I'm not a Italian, so.
And I'm not either, so I'll leave it up to you, the experts out there, to correct me. Welcome back, and this is your kind of your mission. This was kind of your baby that you started up this bakery several years ago. Talk to us about where you're at today.
Well, we are almost 11 years in, and we actually are expanding daily. My husband works vigorously daily on changing things, adding new items. Like an example, this plate here is all vegan, not gluten and vegan, cupcakes, brownies, decorative cookies. And he actually this year created some dairy-free Zapelas.
Yes. Yes.
We try to change things up as much as possible, add new items. We just recently ran a ad on our Facebook trying to challenge the customers. What would they like something different? We ended up adding a cheesecake that has brownies infused inside of it, and then a birthday cake cheesecake. So the customers really helped grow that.
Oh my goodness. So it's really all about, for you guys, is making sure that the customers are safe but also satisfied. Like, we should all be able to, whether you have an allergy or whether it's a preference and a choice, or whether it's not a choice for you, to be able to have a goodie, right?
Yes. And it's about for us, it started with the child coming in and being able to feel normal.
Yeah.
For most people. For myself, now I have a gluten and an egg allergy, so like the vegan items are the way I go, and my husband tries to expand that daily so that we have more items for more people to eat and enjoy all at the same time, so no one notices the difference.
I think that's so important too, because especially with kids, having a place to go where you can feel normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you want to be able to go and just be able to buy a cookie, or to be able
Yes.
to buy pizza dough. I mean, you do
Mm-hmm.
that to be able
Yes.
to go, be able just to have a place where you can go and you can feel normal. It's not a big thing.
Yes. And we've started pairing up with some other restaurants, Blackie's Tavern in Lincoln. Yes, Lincoln Smithfield line. They actually have a huge gluten-free line, and they have now started carrying a bunch of our items. We make specific items for them. But for us, it's getting it out there so that people can feel normal. I know the worst part about being gluten and egg-free is going to restaurants and not having anything.
Yeah.
And being very limited to what I can eat, and then it limits where we can go as a family to enjoy a meal out. So having restaurants like Blackie's be willing to help us and offer items to other people is a great joy in a lot of situations.
And it's so nice too to be able to go to a restaurant and then to be able to have something that's locally made,
Yes.
that's allergen friendly, rather than you're just getting some packaged, brought in item from who knows where, right? I mean, I think that's what's really neat about it.
I think, yeah, that's the best part, I think, is that people have taken faith in what we do and what my husband does daily, with believing and trusting that we are gluten-free and that we are nut-free and everything is okay for someone to eat, and that those restaurants that take the locally grown items, per se, they trust that everything is ready to go in the correct way.
In the correct way, so it's safe and tasty.
Yes, tasty is the key.
So this was a process, like you said. It started as a trial. It started for when a child came in, and you started out with nuts were the main concern, and then it kind of expanded and evolved over the past several years to include the 8 main allergens, and kind of went from there. And then recently decided to offer vegan products. Why was that important to you?
Well, to start with, my husband did some of it because of me, because there's not a lot of items that I can eat. Like, I can't eat our regular cupcakes because they have egg in them. So he changed some things up because of that, but we're noticing more and more customers daily that come in that have different allergens and that need different items. So they look for those items in the store, and for us, it was expanding it so that the gluten and the nut-free person and the vegan can eat all the same items, because I think it's a shame when brides come in and say, have a gluten allergy, and they say the venue offers a cake, but now I have to buy myself a separate cake, when I always look at it as, why do that when you're the main person? You should be able to have anything you want.
Exactly, especially if it's your special day.
Yes.
You should be able to enjoy as much cake as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a little bit about the Zapelas, St. Joseph's Day, and you were open last year on St. Joseph's Day. It's such a special item in Rhode Island. When I moved here, I didn't know what they were. I will just blindly admit that. I will say it. I will put myself out there. And then really part of Rhode Island, it's really fun. St. Joseph's Day is a special day here in Rhode Island. Talk about the care and effort that you put into making Zapelas that all people can enjoy.
My husband makes the shells. It is an eclair-based shell, the outside of it. And then he makes boiled cream. A lot of places still use a bucket of cream. We'll buy a pre-processed cream where this is made. He buys the milk, he buys the eggs, he mixes it by hand, and then we end up producing them and making thousands of them on a daily basis. But this year, because St. Joseph's Day is on a Monday, we are actually open this Sunday for the day before St. Joseph's Day to get anyone Zapelas, and we're open on St. Joseph's Day, and we will be extremely busy, but it's buy 6 Zapelas, get 1 free on St. Joseph's Day.
So you might as well buy 6. You can
Yes.
get 7, because you're going to eat them all.
Yes.
Because they're that good. And I noticed that you have some Irish soda bread tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day, so you can come get your Irish soda bread. This looks delicious as well. And then, of course, Easter's coming up. A lot of people, Easter's always a delicious holiday. What are some treats that you have available for Easter?
Well, we make rice pie. We make ricotta pie. We make Big Bunny cookies that are all allergen free. Then we have giant egg cakes that have flowers and decorations on them. We do 2-pound cookie trays for the holidays.
Geez.
So, I mean, anyone can come in and place an order. We take orders until March 24th, and then it's shut off just because the demand is so big that we want everyone to be able to get their items. But we also have breakfast items.
Oh, cool.
Cinnamon buns, Danish. We're the only bakery in the nation that makes a gluten-free Danish.
Wow, really?
So that is a huge item for a lot of people.
Oh my goodness. So you're very busy. And this is just part of what you do. You're also a teacher. Talk to us about how you actually balance everything, because I don't know how you would.
Well, it's a hard balance. Mom, teacher, business owner, wife, there's that balance in there, but I keep going. I don't stop. I never stop. I kind of keep running all day. I just left work and now I'm here. But I love it. I wouldn't look at it any other way.
Do you ever get to see any of your students or any of your coworkers from Davies in?
Yes, lots of them. The other day, some of my new coworkers, they had a Zapela and they couldn't believe it was gluten-free. They were shocked when I said, oh yeah, that's one from the bakery. And they were like, oh, what do you mean? That was because they're not gluten-free people. So to them, it should taste funny. And I think that attests to a lot of the work that my husband does daily, is that he makes everything here on the table and everything at our stores to taste well. And that no one can know the difference between it.
I think that's so important too. I mean, and I know Kate can speak to this, is that gluten-free products have come quite a long way. And how important is that to your husband? Just making sure that not only the variety of products, but the quality and the taste of the products, that people wouldn't know the difference, no matter what the allergy is.
That's key. That's one of the driving forces behind everything we do. He doesn't have a gluten allergy. My son doesn't. Our family doesn't. I would be the only one, lucky enough. But that is the driving force, that if everyone else is willing to eat it, then someone with an allergy will be happy with it. And he doesn't settle. When something, we just started making pizza dough, an actual ball of dough that you normally don't see, that's all allergen free.
Oh my gosh.
That can actually be rolled out and stretched. That people were like, no, that can't taste well. And we have tons of people come running in for that. The Super Bowl, I think we sold around 500 pounds of dough just for people so excited because they could make themselves a calzone. And that just attests to a lot of things that my husband does every day, trying to make it universal for everyone. And most of those people said that they were serving it and it didn't matter that it was that way. They only needed it gluten-free and they were just going to serve it as regular dough.
That's incredible. I bet that's hard to keep stocked.
Yes.
I don't know how you continuously keep all of this stuff stocked. Do you get special requests? Is there anything that you don't? Because I feel like you can't just make one Zabel or one bunny cookie. You have to fill up certain things. Do you get special requests for certain things, and can you do a special request?
Special request depending on what it is. A lot of times we will take the request and most of the time we can make it. Usually it's quantities. Okay. Purchasing a quantity of something. Sometimes we end up changing items, like my husband's going back into making croissants soon. Okay. And he'll be doing chocolate croissant. So some of those things are items that we do that we will leave and not do for a while and then come back to it. And a lot of that comes down to, like you were saying before, the quality of it. My husband trying to make sure that it is all the same and that everyone will want to eat it. So it's just adjusting it. But yes, we take special orders. We do special order birthday cakes, holiday cakes, and all that.
Excellent. So if you're interested, you can visit A&J Bakery. They are located in Cranston, and they will be open. So if you want to get one of these Zapelas, you better hurry up because I feel like they're going to run out. Kate and I don't need them offers. Amy Hitzemann, thank you so much for joining us here on GoLocal Live, and congratulations on all the fine work that you're doing. I'm going to have to come get some of that pizza dough. I'll tell you that. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, please hang tight here as we get ready for our next guest on GoLocal Live. That was so fun.